Hello, EHS Tigers. This is Raelynn Ballard, and you're listening to Tiger Talk. Today, I'm here with your superintendent, Dr. Henderson.
Hi, Raelynn.
Hello, Dr. Henderson. Here's question 1. During your career in education, you seem to have many different jobs, from teacher to coach to administrator. How do you think these jobs have prepared you for the position you are in now?
Well, thanks for inviting me to be on the show, Raelynn. To answer your question, every job that I've had has helped prepare me for the position of superintendent. Obviously, being a teacher is the most important job I really think that there is, and it prepared me to help kind of relate with how the teachers in the district are feeling. Being a principal, you get a little bit of a wider view, and you get to see students and teachers and students of different ages. Might be younger students like pre-K and kindergarten all the way up to high school. Being a coach gave me a little bit of that ability to kind of motivate people. And in my other roles, more administrative roles in curriculum and in finance have just prepared me for kind of the business side of being a superintendent.
Thank you for that answer. I see here you have a master's degree in math education. Can you share how this degree has aided you in your career? Also, would you recommend others to pursue such a degree?
Well, I think everybody's different. For me, I was kind of a math person growing up. And so my career in teaching was as a high school math teacher. And at that time, that's all I really thought that I wanted to do was be a math teacher and a coach. And so when I went back to get my master's, I wanted to be in math education. So I don't know if it's a perfect fit for everybody, but it was definitely what I wanted to do at the time. And it really helped me to become a better teacher.
In 2009, you obtained the Chief School Business Official Endorsement. Could you tell us what this is exactly?
Absolutely. The Chief School Business Official Endorsement is a specialty that gives an administrator the ability to be sort of a business person, someone that works in finance, and it's a special certification that you can get. And so when I got that gave me the ability to do things like the school budgets and the levy and other things that have to go along with the finances of the school district.
Okay. Before working for the Edwardsville District 7, you worked for the Triad Community Unit School District 2. Are there any similarities or differences that you've noticed between the two districts?
Actually, there are. There's a lot of similarities between Triad and Edwardsville. Both have very good students and teachers. Differences, I would say, is that Edwardsville is just quite a bit bigger. But both have very similar students, very similar classes and programs. But again, with more students at District 7, there's just a lot more programs and a lot more availability of different things for students to do, different clubs and different activities. So while they are similar, there might be a few more additional opportunities for extracurriculars and things like that in District 7.
Okay. Also, if you don't mind me asking, why did you switch districts?
Well, that's a good question, and I do get asked that one a lot. And actually, I really think that it's important to challenge yourself and to try new things. And I'd been at the Triad District for 25 years. It just felt like the time was come for a new challenge. And District 7 is a tremendous district and one that had a lot of opportunity for growth. There's many great things going on, but always can find room for improvement. So I felt like my skills kind of would hopefully be a good fit for District 7 and where they need to maybe see some change.
Also, regarding Triad School District, where you used to work, there's a system where if a student has an A for a course and a certain amount of days not missed, then they may be exempt from taking a final at the end of the semester. Do you see the Edwardsville School District adopting this approach?
I would say that is the most commonly asked question I get from Edwardsville High School students. And what I usually say, and I think, is that I'm okay with talking about having a policy for a final exam policy that has to do with attendance and grades. I do think that it's important that students learn how to take final exams. So I wouldn't be opposed to talking about maybe having where students take one semester of final exams, and then the second semester, maybe we could have something where if they have good attendance and good grades, that maybe they could exempt out of those. That way you kind of get the best of both, where you do get a little bit of practice for those students that are going to be taking exams in college, but there's also a motivation to come to school every day and to make really good grades, and maybe you can get out of those finals. So I'm willing to talk about that.
Now that you've got a semester under your belt as superintendent, what issues have you observed to be the most pressing?
Well, I would say probably the most pressing issue is just technology in our schools. I really feel like we need to maybe speed up a little bit the amount of technology and sort of the devices that kids are able to have for their education. I would really like to get to the point where Edwardsville High School had some sort of device, whether it be a laptop or a Chromebook or something for every student in the high school. And then I'd like to take that down to the middle school and even the elementary school as well. Some of the schools in our district don't have Wi-Fi yet, and so I think that needs to be one of the first things that we do. And I really think having more technology in the classroom just helps our teachers be able to maybe motivate our students a little bit better to learn. Technology will never replace teachers, but if you can have technology, teachers can use that as a tool to help students learn.
I like the way you think. Now, regarding the social media race tension that arose last semester, what steps have been made to assure the student body and their guardians that there won't be a repeat?
That's a really good question. I think Dr. Cramsey has done a good job in talking with the students here at Edwardsville High School and sharing how important it is to, first of all, let the adults know in the building if there's some sort of a problem. And also, I feel like he's done a really good job as well of just letting people know that he's got their backs and that we all kind of have everybody's back in this school. I think the most important thing for students is just to know that any sort of racism is not acceptable, and that if we hear it, that they need to let somebody know, and so that we can address it. We're never going to be able to completely end racism. Edwardsville is no different than any other community, and so that's going to exist. But we can do our best to deal with it when it happens, and with all of us working together, we can make Edwardsville High School and the whole district a better place for all the students.
Okay. So I went around and I asked them, our student body and teachers, if they had any questions for you. They had quite a few. Would you be willing to answer some questions that they've had?
Absolutely.
All right. Question 1. How do you plan to reshape this school district based on your vision?
Well, we've talked about a couple things as far as technology. I really feel like just being a really good communicator and really transparent is one thing that I'm hoping to bring to this school district. In addition, something else that I'm hoping to bring to the school district is a few more opportunities for students in the area of career and technical education. I feel like Edwardsville High School does the best job of any high school that I know in educating those kids that want to go to college. But I do feel like there's a little bit of a gap in the opportunities that all of our students get. And so I think that we need to have a few more opportunities in the areas sort of like of construction trades and welding and electricity and foods and things like that might not require a 4-year degree, but that have really, really good jobs for students whenever they leave high school. And I think that if you offer those opportunities, you'll be able to motivate more kids to come to school and to want to come and learn what you're teaching. And so that's really one of the other big goals that I've got in my vision moving forward.
Additionally, how important do you feel staff morale is to running a successful district?
I think staff morale is very, very important. Obviously, the students are the number one priority, but the teachers in a building and in a district are what make the district successful. And staff morale is extremely important. If you've got teachers and other staff members that are happy and want to be to work, that's going to rub off on the students, and that's going to make them better at their job. So anything you can do to keep staff morale high is something that I'm always looking to do.
And the last question is, what do you feel is your most important role as a superintendent?
I guess I think my most important role as a superintendent is to be a good communicator and a good listener. One thing that I've learned as being new to this job is how important it is to come in and to listen to people and to listen to their concerns, listen to what they think is really, really good in the district, and listen to those things that they would like to make changes. Because, I've got my own ideas, but I want District 7 to be the type of district where everybody's ideas get to move forward and where we kind of have, this kind of shared vision as we move forward. So I think being a good listener and a good communicator is probably the most important role that I've got as superintendent.
Now, Mr. Henderson, we have a few speed round questions.
Excellent.
Whatever comes to your head, just say it. All right. Ketchup or ranch?
Ranch.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
Cardinals or Cubs?
Oh, you're not going to like this one. Cubs.
It's okay. I'm a Cubs fan, too. Spring or fall?
Fall.
The Office or Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
PlayStation or Xbox?
I don't really play either, but Xbox.
Understandable. Super Bowl or the World Series?
Super Bowl.
And the last speed round question. Harry Potter or the Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
All right. Now we have one more final question. If you could eat any food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life.
It's only got to be one.
I think I would probably pick pizza.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah. Lots of different options with that one. So.
All right. Thank you for coming to our interview, Mr. Henderson.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.